Nneka Ogwumike did not play in their last game because of a sore hamstring, but we see Nneka is starting. As you look at the starting lineups, and a little bit different look for the Lynx, certainly with Sylvia Fowles not able to go. Yeah, Kayla Alexander is going to slide into that center position, but the front line is still very stout. You don't have Sylvia Fowles, which is obviously a very important piece. So we are underway. Chelsea Gray leading the way, running the point. Here's Candace Parker, guarded by Nafisa Collier, the Rookie of the Year last year, and right off the bat for Minnesota, not Kayla Alexander. Yeah, Bridget Carlton, number 6. They got their Canadians mixed up. Kayla Alexander will be coming off the bench. Bridget Carlton, who has been quite a find for this team, had 25 points in her first ever start against New York. Nneka got behind the defense behind. So a lot of stuff going on to end the season, but we talked to Coach Fisher, and he said that he and Candace have come a long way in their relationship. Yeah, I mean, it's a process. That's what he always talks about, and getting the pieces of this team to gel together, to learn, to grow, for him to get his system in, all of the above. 6-year pro out of Brazil cuts the lead to 1. Free throw line. And I like that take by Tiara Ruffin-Pratt. You know, she can get to the free throw line more. 79% free throw shooter on the season, gets 1 out of 2. Lexi Brown called for a foul for Minnesota. Crystal Dangerfield, number 2. Keep your eye on her. Gets it over to her. So a couple of misses on threes on that trip for Minnesota. Chelsea Gray is a point guard, but she can take that big body inside. Does intentionally to get her going. Slide her into the post and let her get that touch, and then move outside. He talked about her balance being off a lot of times in her shot. She's twisting her body. They're trying to adjust. They do have 1 3. Nifty behind the... Throwing up threes. They're 1 of 8 from distance. And they're not getting terrible shots. I mean, they're getting pretty good looks, and those are some shots that they were knocking down. Good defense by Collier. Yeah, she's such a well-rounded player and has a chance for the 3. With some toughness here. A little contact by Sid Weiss, but Gap reads the ball well. She's averaging almost 2 steals. Shanice Johnson is out, so opportunity knocks for Dangerfield. And she has taken advantage of that opportunity. Coach Reeves said she was really good in camp. Let's head to Holly.
Maternity leave and working her way back into shape to get ready to play. She is here in Bradenton. She just cleared the quarantine protocol, and she actually attended a shoot-around with her team today. So we expect to see Odyssey Sims within the next week. We're excited for her to be back, and what a warrior, just coming back after giving birth to her son, Jaden. Determined that she wanted to get...
You add Odyssey Sims to the mix, who will provide more scoring, more ball handling. Only gets better. Yep, Odyssey led him in scoring and assists last year. Off-balance shot. Names at 5'7". The University of Miami. Then tried to do too much with the pass. Dantas left open. Hits it. Yeah, Raquana Williams was venturing out in no man's land defensively. I don't know if they were trying to 3-player switch and got confused, but she was not ready to contest. Dantas, the only Lynx player to hit a 3 this afternoon, even though they've taken a lot of them. Dangerfield just got a step and count it. Took it.
Well, any of us who saw Crystal play in college know that she is strong as you know what. She actually ordered an entire weight room set for her gym right before the pandemic and the shutdown. So she was able to really put on some good size and keep strong during the pandemic. She's showing that for the Lynx so far this season.
Holly, I need to know. But she is not lacking in toughness or courage. Yeah, Cheryl Reeve talked about how fearless she was. She says she's been really, really big, and then said, well, not literally, because she is so small. That's great, because those of us who did see her play at UConn, she might look a little bit more stout, but still just a great heart. First quarter about to come to a close. Contact, but no foul to... Yep, coughed it up with the double team. Lexi Brown kicks it out. Dantas has already hit from out there today. And games, which is the longest, or was the longest active streak in the league. WNBA's all-time leading rebounder, so Minnesota has some work to do on the glass without her today as well. Parker gets it around the horn to Williams, who hit. Sykes all the way across court. Parker able to come up with it and then hit the shot.
Notice how she's getting her legs into that. Parker looks really good to start the season. 4 straight double-doubles.
Not bad at all. That's her first points of this game. Dangerfield, back rim. Ghoulish quickly gets it over to Chelsea Gray. Such a good point guard. Takes it right to Carlton. LaCrona Williams all by herself.
The season. Just a few days before games started, the Atlanta Dream signed her. She had to come, hurry, quarantine, and get acclimated. Then when they got a player back, they waived her. But because she was already here, already quarantined, Minnesota picked her up after they lost.
Parker has it, allowing her to be a facilitator.
Sykes' first season in LA got off to a terrific start this year. And game where she got a lot of transition points, been a little bit more of a struggle as it is for many Sparks in the half court, but not in 13th year out of Tennessee and still one of the best. Carlton will turn around and she was fouled. So Bridget Carlton has a chance to go to the free throw line.
That's a strength for Bridget Carlton. Is
second year out of Iowa State for Bridget Carlton, who was mentioned. Back up to 8 points. Nneka playing on a sore hamstring, but giving it a go today. Gray saves it in beautifully. All the way across the court to Augustus, guarded by Collier. They were teammates last year. Simone up and under and in.
And Collier
15 to 18, and boy, they certainly have given us a lot of great memories.
Those back-to-back finals were some of the best basketball I've ever seen in my life. I am honored to say that I was in the building for all 10 of those games, and Holly was too. She remembers that.
Season series, I think, might shock people that LA has won so many more games. Carlton for 3.
Yeah, but I think if we looked at this stretch, if like the last
Maya came.
Yeah, basically once Maya
And
arrived.
of course, Cheryl Reeve turned around that Minnesota franchise. They had 7 coaches in the 9 seasons before Cheryl Reeve came. And
Simone Augustus endured all of that,
yes,
and injury. But she finally got those championships. I'm sure it was all worth it.
And we saw Simone a couple of trips before hit a 3. So Simone Augustus with 9 points against her former team. Percent from the floor.
Yeah, and Simone Augustus is playing a lot more at the 4 position. She actually said she's never played the 4 until this year, but that's where she's lined up right now on the court, and that sometimes allows her to get some easier looks from the perimeter and pull her matchup out.
Yeah, and with the switch, she's got Dangerfield on her now, but great all-around game.
And here she goes. That might have got her going.
Steal and pick. Averaging over 13 points per game.
Minnesota's been picking up the floor a little bit, showing some defense, not allowing LA to get into the flow of their offense.
Shot clock is off for Chelsea Gray. Zips it to Weiss. Buries it. Sydney Weiss put in the game to do just that. And the Los Angeles.
An ankle injury.
All right, thank you. T.R. Ruffin-Pratt limited to only about 3 minutes before she turned her ankle. Dantas picks up right where she left off.
Boy, she took distribution is a little different, but she made the most of every touch. But for LA, to Holly's point, I mean, having Simone Augustus on the floor really helps you with the way she's shooting the ball, but also her leadership, which Derek Fisher said has been tremendous for this team.
She is feeling it. Again, this is the first game that Augustus has played against her former team. I'm not even sure we're going to see her today. Carlton, that's a tough shot. Now Parker has
want to start this WNBA season, but she's still on the court.
Carlton missing the free throw. His injury is such an important part, especially with his condensed schedule. We know about Diana Taurasi and the good news that whatever she did to her back, the injury not related to what she needed. Gray. Rebound taken down by Dantas.
I mean, percentage-wise, if you're Simone Augustus, maybe you should have let that one go. It was a nice extra pass, though, to Chelsea Gray. She just couldn't get it down.
Carlton spots up, hits it. Go to WNBA.com to check the leaderboard, see how your team stacks up against the rest of the league. We were just talking about injuries, and now Holly Rowe has an injury update on Damaris Dantas.
Well, Damaris Dantas has been the most productive player for the Minnesota Lynx in this game so far.
Offensively.
Lafisa Collier just 7 points so far in this game. Last year's Rookie of the Year, averaging 14 per game so far. Lexi Brown, they really need her to do something. That'll help.
Yeah, Minnesota.
The smallest player on the floor takes it all the way. And she missed the last game. They were lost to Vegas because of a hamstring injury, but given a go this afternoon. Dangerfield, nothing but net.
Lexi Brown facilitating more of the offense, and Dangerfield the recipient with the three-point shot.
And the lead is only 3 in this game. Minnesota making a game of it. Dantas out. Turnover forced by Collier. Minnesota flying all over the court. Collier, if that's NECA, that's 4. Here to the line. Take a look at the upcoming app for information. Collier with 2, and that breaks a string of 7 straight Crystal Dangerfield points for the Lynx.
Well, if you are LA coming out of the locker room, you got to know it's going to be hard to shoot 69% for the rest of the game as Cooper gets the running bank shot to go. So you have to be able to rely on your defense. And Minnesota's touching the paint on almost every possession.
It was an 11-0 run to get them the lead. Carlton again! Less than 7 minutes ago of playing time. And now they're up 2. Defense certainly has picked up as well. Simone. Dangerfield. It was like the sea just parted.
Has got to be disappointed by his team's defense coming out of the locker room.
Crystal Dangerfield has 9 points in this quarter
and Dangerfield has been the aggressor all night.
Absolutely. Simone took that 1 second to turn her head, and that's all the time that Dangerfield needs. She's so quick. Williams ties it up. Soda, after she went out with a little sore ankle. Outside shot. Dangerfield with the miss. Rebound. Simone gets it and then throws a couple of elbows to clear some space. She's had a heck of a game. First one against her former team. Season high tying 13 points and counting, and almost an assist, but Parker blew it, didn't blow it the second time.
Perfect touch on that pass in the post entry from Simone. Candace didn't get it to go the first time, but gets it on the glass.
That's Parker's first points of this quarter. Look, she's knocking on the door of a triple-double, 9, 9, and 7 right now for CP. Dantas with a little hesitation. And Minnesota has cooled off after taking the lead in this game.
Cheryl Reeve told us on our call, Pam, that LA's a better team than us. You know, she said when you look at their personnel, what they have on their roster, they're better than we are. But Minnesota has found something this season that has evened up the score with a lot of teams in this league unexpectedly, even when they've been shorthanded.
Augustus dribbles, finds some time, banks it, and no good. And the third quarter.
Simone trying to conserve some of that energy. And she keeps it short and sweet. And it is about the turnovers because, boy, Minnesota is feasting off of LA's turnovers.
29 points. How about that? 29 points off the 16 turnovers.
And it's usually LA that is feasting off of their opponent's turns.
Collier from the outside. Minnesota has cooled off after coming from 10 down to take the lead in the third quarter. Gulich with a high dribble, but gets it out to Sykes. Nice pass, perfectly into Gulich.
And you can type of touch and just right on the money. I mean, what is a defense supposed to do that?
That was right where it needed to be.
Good job there by LA, cutting off that driving lane. LA, I thought the game in particular that she missed 2 games, but Chicago, they needed her on-ball defense. I mean, she's really good disrupting the ball handler.
Dantas. So important in the first half.
Not gone down.
Yeah, Collier uncharacteristic, just 9 points so far, doing things in other departments on this team, or for this team. So Chelsea Gray back in the game for Taya Cooper, has the ball in her hands. Bridget Carlton guarding her, also just back in for Minnesota. Sykes, a lot of contact and a charge. Boy, Sykes is really
gets the call.
Collier able to pick it up and then threw it away. Trying to get it over to D7. Three-pointer.
Williams can do. She can step behind the screen. She can hit contested shots. It doesn't matter if the defense is there or not.
4th straight game that Williams has scored in double figures. Brown a little bit out of control. This and 9 rebounds for her.
There were times in the past few seasons where whether it was wondered, you know, how is Candace going to continue to be able to play the ball she wants to play? Well, you can tell she's taking better care of her body and she just looks youthful out there.
For 3, a little bit short. Another double-double, her 5th straight, and she is 1 assist away from a triple-double. Dangerfield with the finish and the foul.
In this second half, but the look off takes the contact. The smallest player on the floor is just playing with a determined mindset.